So thinking just a little bit more about your angles when you're taking a photo is enough to change a pretty good shot to a really epic one. So toys are pretty small and we are big. So naturally, when we want to take a picture of the toy, if it's on the ground, we end up taking it from the above angle, it's just naturally kind of what we do. But when you're approaching toy photography from that kind of above angle all the time, it really can make your toys feel small. Yes, they are literally small, but with toy photography, we have this really amazing opportunity to make these small things look big and feel real. So one of my favorite shots that I ever did that really involved angles, and the angle was so incredibly important of the outcome of the photo, was one that I did back in 2020, summer of 2020. It was one where Gyarados was just emerging from the water, and we're kind of seeing it from Ash or Red's perspective, like, whoa, like looking up at it. And the angle was so important for me for that shot because I really wanted Gyarados to look huge and feel huge, and to get that perspective that Red is getting where he's just like looking from above, looking at him like, whoa. So the problem that I did have though, to get that low angle to make Gyarados look big, I would end up having to like stick my camera underwater. So I actually went all the way out to this local waterfall so I could be at an angle where I could actually have my camera below water level on the other side of the waterfall so I could get that angle, whatever, and it ended up looking pretty cool. And I really like the shot. It's one of my favorites I've ever done, and it really goes to show how important the angles could be. If I had taken that shot from above, the whole effect of Gyarados looking big like that in Ash's perspective wouldn't have been possible because the angle is everything. It's so important. So it's actually very simple. The thing to do when you really want your figures to look big and feel big and make your photos better is to either take your photo straight on with the figures, eye to eye with them, or even getting from a below angle where you're actually below where the figure is. Your camera is below where the figure is. And that's such a huge and easy thing to make your photos that much better. What I'm going to do is go outside, take a couple very simple photos with different angles, straight on, from below, from above, and we're going to compare each of the photos and see which ones look better, which ones don't look better, and just go over some tips and all of the different things that I do with my angles, stuff like that. It's actually a beautiful sunny day out right now, which is perfect for what I need to do for the photos. But before we do that, I do just need to quickly talk about the sponsor of this video, which is Western Rise, of course. So I talk about Western Rise all the time. They're a premium clothing company for men that do more but own less, which I love. And I'm wearing actually this shirt from Western Rise right now. So if you're ever looking for the time to take advantage and get some of the stuff that I'm always talking about here, now is the time, because right now through the entire month of November, all of the stuff, the entire site wide, is 30% off with my promo code SirDork, and also 40% off all of pants on their website, which is ridiculous. Like, that's a huge percent. So if you're gonna get some stuff through Western Rise, now is really the time to do it. Use my promo code SirDork. I have everything linked in the description of this video. Please, Western Rise is awesome, and they're like really great people. I really like talking about them because they're really great. So please, now's the time to do it. Thank you, Western Rise. You guys are amazing. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go outside and take some shots with some epic, awesome angles. Okay, so I'm outside right now. I've got a figure, just one little figure here. It's a Hunter, Bad Batch, love this guy. And I'm gonna take some photos of him from above, from straight on, from below. I'm gonna try and do some other things to prop the figure up higher so I can get even lower at him, just to see all the differences with just how the angle looks and how much better it can look just by changing the angle just a little bit. I've got this set up right now from just like kind of an above angle, and this is supposed to be just like the controlled shot. This is what it looks like from the normal above angle, as a giant human taking a picture of a small thing. This is the controlled shot, and actually it looks kind of cool right now because of the way the shadow looks on the ground, so that actually is kind of cool. But first I'm just gonna take a normal shot with him, see how that looks, then we'll move on to the next one from a straight away shot, above, below, all that stuff. So I took the shot, looks kind of cool. I kicked up a little bit of dirt, and all right, it's okay, it's a shot. I used my light reflector as well. By the way, all the gear I'm using is linked in the description below of the video, just like it always is. So if you need any of the stuff I'm using, camera, lighting, all that stuff, figures, all linked in the description. as always. So now I'm gonna do literally the same shot, but I'm gonna go from a directly straight on shot, just eye to eye, me and Hunter, straight on shot. See how that looks, and if it looks any better or any different. So one thing that I actually really like to do is actually turn my camera off to a long angle, vertical angle shot. See, my camera's on its side, because that will actually let me get closer to the ground. Like, that will actually allow me to get my camera close enough to the ground where I can get so directly eye level or even lower than the figure that way. So that's just a quick little tip that I like to do just because it's kind of cool. And yeah, just give that a shot. And I like the long way anyway. Fits better for Instagram. Oopsie. So the only difference between the first shot and the second shot was the angle of my camera. Literally everything else was exactly the same. And the shot looks, in my opinion, so much better. The first shot looks kind of cool. I do like the way the shadow is on the ground like that. I do think that's pretty cool. But the angle changes everything. He looks so much bigger. He doesn't look like so much like a toy anymore. I mean, I kind of like how he still looks like a toy, but he looks big. He looks lifelike, and I love that. He feels real. So that alone, just going straight on, is a huge thing. So think about that just when you're taking your shots. So what if you don't really know how to get that above angle? Like, how do you get that above angle when you're on flat ground like that? Well, there's a few easy ways. One of them is using a table. This is just a kind of an option. Setting up a table can kind of give you as much leeway as you want and get as high, low with a bigger tripod. I'm actually gonna go over and make a whole video on just tabletop toy photography. One of my favorite shots that I've ever done is one on a table that I did over the summer. Love that shot. Here it is right here. I used a little table, was able to get a perfect angle, got the right lighting and everything. But I will do a whole tabletop video. When that's ready, I'll have it linked right here, but that's coming up soon, don't worry. One really easy way to do it is just using a rock, something to put the figure up so then your camera can be lower. So I got a rock right there. I'm gonna put Hunter up on that rock and see if I can get it cool from below angle, just like that. And that's not the only thing. So I've got Hunter just propped up on a couple rocks right now. My camera is still in that very low position. The lighting looks really cool because of the way the sun is up there. Looks awesome, and it's gonna look even better with my light reflector. And that alone just looks awesome. Like, look how cool it looks in camera right now. And that's all literally because I'm getting that really cool angle from below with my camera. It's huge. I mean, the lighting obviously is always gonna be a big help, but I wouldn't be able to be taking advantage of the lighting as I am if I weren't having this cool angle right now. And it's so easy. It's so stinking easy. So I'm gonna take this shot right now and see how it actually looks. So if you're shooting with a phone, with a cell phone, this process becomes that much more cool. You have a really cool advantage if you're using a phone. With a phone, you can basically turn your phone completely upside down and automatically just get that awesome angle right there. Because you can get your phone right there up to the ground, right there, right at the foot of the figure, and get some really amazing, cool angles just like that, just by using a phone. So if you're using a phone, my best suggestion for getting these angles, turn it upside down. Go right down to the ground and get that from below angle. Oh, it's gonna look so good. That's my best recommendation for using a phone. Another advantage with the phone is when you get that low in, especially when you're with grass and stuff like that, you get all that grass in the foreground, which really makes some cool depth in the photo as well. So the angles with the phones, don't sleep on the phones. The phones do great work. So the last thing to really take advantage of when you're trying to get these really great angles with your toy photos is really just shoot on a hill. Shoot somewhere where there's a little bit of incline or something like that. That is so huge. One of my favorite things to do is find a spot where you have a little bit of a hill or an incline right where the sun is setting. So you can get that below angle. The sun is right behind it, just like that. That's basically what I just did today, and I just used it with a bunch of rocks with that last shot with Hunter. Pretty much every single time I set up a photo, I am looking for that exact spot where I can get below, shooting from above, and getting the sun behind it. That's what I'm always looking for when I set up my shots outside. taking advantage of angles to make your photos that much better is so much easier, and literally just takes a couple more seconds of thought to figure out where you're gonna set up your shot, whether that be indoor or outdoor or whatever you're doing, or if you're using a phone or a camera. So this tutorial about angles and all of that was actually just a request, just things you guys have been asking me to make videos for. So please keep giving me ideas of videos you'd like me to make that could be helpful for you for toy photography, anything like that. Drop them in the comments below, please, or any of the things. Just let me know what kinds of tutorials you want me to make, because I'm gonna keep making them. And I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.